Good day, everyone. Before we start, we have a disclosure. You have to be aware the risk in the future trading. So please be careful with your future trading. Beautiful day, actually. We still on the 5 minutes, one trade, 5,600 on one trade on 5 minutes chart. And we are watching the gold, the ES as well. On the 3 minutes, we have 1450 on that trade. And on the 1 minute, we have 625. On the NASDAQ, already closed, and 1980 YM 1300. This is not bad at all. So let's look at those signals today. Before we start on the signals, we share our signals entry, and it's up to you. You want to take him on a demo account, but as long as we're not responsible for your trading, we're just sharing the information with you on the trading signal. At the moment, we have the entry on the ES. The signal entry was 2676, target 2637, and nailed 168 ticks. Target hit. Let's look at, and this is based on 1 minute, folks. So if we are looking at the chart, we had the entry, we have the signal. For the ones that don't know the system, we are trying to share and help with your trading. So at the moment, usually most of the time, when the target hits, uh, and we are in this two yellow zone here, that means we are in a very critical area to take short. So whoever is taking a short out there or fixing to take a short, you gotta be careful with your trading because this is the limitation. And actually, right now we are looking for a long trade or a reversal if you are good with it. On the YM, let's look. The YM, it was amazing day on the YM. We can see how the entry today. I mean, we nailed it right from the beginning, and it was around. We nailed that trade around 9:45, and it's been on the same trade, and now it's 13:35. This is a beautiful catch, amazing catch. Also, the Nasdaq. I mean, on the 5 minutes, we nailed that trade. Beautiful. Once the market is running, you make money. If the market not moving, we cannot make money anyway. But the entry also, it was around 950. This pullback made a, I mean, the auto trade closed that trade. I mean, it was a really major pullback. But this is why on that one was 33.90. And if we want to compare it to the YM, if you notice, this pullback was a little bit flat. That's why the auto trade did not close this trade and kept going. On the CL, is the we still on that trade, and on the pullback was not affected on that pullback. But this is really beautiful. Once this market move, it moves. So also on the ES, based on the 3 minutes, we have beautiful, nice catch. Nasdaq also hit very well. Even the DAX hit today nicely. So once the market is moving, it's really moving. Right now, on the 1 minute, we have 900 on that trade. Yes, 925. Nasdaq is already closed 1980, and the YM closed 1330. So this is not bad at all as well. So let's look on the YM. The YM on the based on the signal entry. We had an entry on the market analyzer. You can look at the left upper corner. We had an entry at 44.66, and this is your 44.66. We hit the target. Also, if we notice right now, we are right at the zone. So short trades are not acceptable in a way. On the Nasdaq, we had an entry at 68.68. The target was 65.14, and this is beautiful, beautiful. This is I have the fibs on, so you can see that we already hit the target, and we have a major support area at 65.0750. So probably is nothing gonna happen below those numbers because this market is overdue actually for a little return. On the CL, we have 68.91 signal entry, and the target was 67.97, hit 76 ticks. Actually, it was much more. If we notice when we had the entry, the signal entry, and we hit the target long time ago. And what is nice about it, if we notice this target is supported by double major support, it was a very good prediction. And if you don't know the system, usually the market, once it hits the target, goes back to the resell entry. And this is exactly what happened. Got to the target, double support, going back to the re-entry, and now is flirting with the 6806. So this is really not bad at all. If we are looking at the DAX, we have an entry at 25.25, and the target was 24.44. This was really something else, 168 ticks, and then the gold, the entry was 13.27, target 34, and then the 6E, the Russell, the excuse me, the euro dollar. We have an entry at 750, target 930. So this is not bad at all, and also has hit 20 ticks on that one here because this is future. 6E is a futures. So this is really, really good. Let me see. Now we are waiting on a signal for the long side. We already done overdue with the short side. This is amazing, the YM. I mean, you see those numbers on the YM, but not. This is a beautiful, beautiful trend, nonstop, and that's exactly how uh, the auto trade should catch the trend, and not this volatility here. Here, when the market is flat, as an example, if you're looking at the YM here, there is no auto trade on this earth that's gonna make money here. The reason is it's pretty much flat. So always an auto trade require movement. And what is the difference between any auto trade? All auto trades require movement. But how to catch the trend, and it will be nicer if we can catch it from the beginning and call it off. So those are the basic on the 1 and 2 and the 3 minutes, 1 and 3 and 5 minutes. And if we wanted to look at the institutionals, also is a total different ball game. I don't know what is the 15 minutes. Um, as an example, this is on the 15 minutes. Usually for the 15 minutes, this is an institutional time frame. Does not matter which platform you're using actually. And if we looking at that number when the market dropped on the first pullback, you hit it. Beautiful re-entry, and it did extremely, extremely well on this one here. And so we will. So for now, if you thinking about taking a short trade on the ES, Nasdaq, and YM, be careful. It's going to be a high risk entry. And as you see it, I don't need a genius. We hit the target and supported by a lot of. No, this is let me give you a little bit more. If we notice here on this yellow here, so there is no more trade right there right now once we hit the target. And that here, this area now, is going to drive you crazy. And the risk taking a short in those area, absolutely, it will drive you crazy whether you are manual or automated. It is more obvious on the NASDAQ because on the NASDAQ right now, we hit the target and there is, confirmed by a major support area. This is your fibs, and it is 508. And if we notice after we hit the target, this diamond here dot, it is a reversal. And from 1322 until 1346, nothing has happened to the market, and it is sideways. And this is a really critical area right now to take a short. The only thing now we are waiting on a new long signal on the system. If we can catch a long trade signal on those, but the market is about to reverse anytime right now. Um, um, Nasdaq did extremely beautiful run, but this the pullback on the Nasdaq made us close all the trade. The automated closed it, and it is the same story on the 3 minutes. That harsh, this is a really hard pullback, and we closed. And if we noticed, it was a matter of a bar. If this bar didn't go up above those level, we would have stayed on that trade. But nevertheless, it's 2,800. So if we are looking, this is something really. It is. If we're looking between those two charts, why one chart is making money when the other chart is not? This hard pullback, it was a lot of ticks on the pullback, where on this one here, it was a very flat. And that's why causing the NASDAQ to close that trade while the YM catching a trend. So the whole idea is if this market is trending, we can nail it. If this market, like here, a straight line, you're not going to make any money in any kind of type of auto trade. And this is a part of the game. You have to understand that an auto trade require movement. Um, on the DAX, there is not much going on. Let me look on the ES. We are done. We hit the target. At the moment, on the entry signal, total of, based on the last signal, total of 1,668. And on the Forex, um, they're doing very well, few pips here and there. Not bad. This is based on one chart, 1 minute, and it's not a high time frame, so this is not bad at all. So now we are waiting on a new entry. The market is going to reverse, and I strongly advise not to take any more short. And we are waiting on a new entry. So right now, the key on the ES, if this is an ES, the ES, the key right now is 2641.25. If this market pulling back, this is a very good re-entry point at 2641.25. It is an excellent re-entry point, and anything above, if we notice here, we have the true average price is 2642.75 is right there. This is a very unique number on the ES. So if this number here, 2641.25, is not going to hold, which is going to be, in case if there is a lot of buyers jump into the market, so the potential, if we can break those level, we will have a buying order at the 2643 that you will be going with the trend. However, if you are not an experienced trader, I will not advise to take reversal if you don't know how to trade reversal. I will cover one day some secrets about reversal uh, and how we can predict the reversal, not by overbought, oversold indicator, by how to look at the technical side of it and reverse the market. I'm not too crazy about teaching reversals because if you're not experienced enough, you can hurt you the reversal. The money is actually in the reversal, and we have an auto trade actually on the NT8 cover the reversals, and let me try to see if we can find. This is the YM also is doing extremely well on that trade. So actually, we try to. We have the reversal automated traded, and we try to teach some of the trader how to reverse it. And I made an auto trade out of it. It is a little bit patient, required a little patient, but I love that automated trade. So it seems like there is more selling right now, but it's not advisable to take any more short trades here. And we will look at those trades um, and trying to see if we can get a new signal on the buy-in entry. Right now we have 1800 ticks. If we are looking at the market analyzer, we have 1855 ticks. I tried to make him cleaner today and not use too many fibs. Let's look at the Nasdaq. You can see once we hit the target, we have a reversal. This is your diamond. And now from 1322 until now, 1355, the market is not going under that target. This is a really major area. Even if it drops, even there is some sellers, the next stop will be at 79.75. But don't let them fool you, those guys, because um, once you enter those critical area, this is where most of the traders, whether you are automated or manual, this is where the most losses trade happen right here. I want to concentrate on those because um, those the area where your your advantage with your trading is going to be, your risk is much higher on those area here. So when once you see the market hit the target and enter those two yellow lines, let it be, because it could be false movement or could be some little sell here and there, and you probably 10 ticks down and up, but you're actually not taking a trade. You're actually going short on overburn price. So this is really, really, really important in future trading to stop it when the market hit um, those level here, and then is become is not your game. And I want to leave that video open, and we can see this market. There is a sell-off. I'm not questioning about the sell-off, but the way the market moves is not really to your favor. As an example, with your trading, whether you are an automated or a manual, if we are looking, this is where the Nasdaq hit the target. So if we're looking, this is where the Nasdaq hit the target right here. And if we really looking at it, it was one straight line, a little drop here and there caused by a little push in the sell. But then you have the support area here where for the last couple hours, the market is just going back and forth, plus minus. And this is where it is very unpredicted, the market direction. This is really, it is, so by dropping a bar or two here, this is, should not get us excited that there is a sell off or short here to take a trade. Even if you are an automated trading, and it is very nice to know that maybe if you hit the target or you have a beautiful run today on your auto trade, maybe you need to stop it and not to let your auto trade, doesn't matter which auto trade you're using. Maybe it is time to stop that auto trade or take your profit, as an example, like on the YM here, or if you want it on the ES or on the other ES. This is where you probably can generate another couple $100 if you want to take a higher risk. Probably you can generate a couple $100 more, or 250 or 150 more, but the risk is absolutely high. And right now, if we notice those last 4 or 5 bars, you have to think about it when you are on a live trade. Actually, you're not gaining that much on those trades. And the same thing here, you're not going to be gaining too much. And it makes the trader to be a little bit uncomfortable if he is in that trade that long. Now, if we notice there's a blinking, when it blinks, that means there is a sell off here. Um, I'm not sure. Um, I'm not getting excited by the sell off here. Could be misguidance, so I'm sitting on the side on it. If I wanted to reverse this market, I will take it from that area here. This is a very good place to reverse this market if the sellers able to manage to this level here. I doubt it very seriously. They are able to push it to that level. This is a critical area, and if we notice now on the wick, if we Notice the wick on the ES and NASDAQ. This is really heavy if you are taking a trade. This is 91.25 and it jumped to 503.25 and now it's going back from that area back down to. So this is really, really nasty area to take a short. The only thing sometimes to wave the greed and try to be patient to see if we can have a long signal and then we can take that long signal. Uh, that will be much easier than to take a high risk. Your advantage here taking a trade short could be 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10. So this is where we need to say, okay, we are sitting on the side. So we're just going to be waiting. Right now we have around 1900 ticks based on the last entry signal. The one in the middle here is as a re-entry. Now we are way far from the re-entry. So we are just waiting to see what this market will do. I will be, yeah, I will be staying quiet on those, and when we see new signal, I will leave the screen on. Um, There's still a lot of shorts. If we, the DAX is still in the short mood. YM still in the short. Another DAX, YM, ES, CL, ES, ES, YM, Nasdaq. They're all still in the short mood and has not closed position. So this is a lot of trades to the short position. So let's look what will happen here. You see on the Nasdaq, they're trying to push it down, and it's not going down. This is 1 minute chart. This is a very accurate. The 1 minute chart can really show us the true trend actually on any kind of instrument. Um, on the top, you can see we have a signal here. There's a lot of sales coming in, trying to push this market down. I still will not get excited over short trades in those areas. If we notice here on the left corner, we have a signal. Those signals are based, can give you the pressure in the market, and it gives you two different market analyzer. I don't know if you can read them, but they are from 1 minute to 3 minutes, and that include the MACD's ATRs volatility, and then calculate it and plot one signal for you. Then here on those side here, we can um, measure the sellers over the buyer where on a 6 different time frame. And we can see obviously on all kind of different time frame, whether retailer or institutional, the short over the buyers, absolutely way over the buyers. The market is pointing down without a doubt. Technically, it is short. There is no problem. My problem is if we notice here those two bars, if we notice this, the way it moves, uh, we are on those two yellow lines. Those are a critical area that we should not be taking short anymore. So that's why um, um, you will be misguided on those areas, thinking that you will be missing some trend. The trend is over actually, and what we see here, a little bubble here and there, but I will not get excited over that short. So not unless if you have a very light hand, you want to scalp the market, that's very fine. But if you're not light-handed, you're gonna get yourself in trouble. So we're gonna watch and see what will happen. Now we are coming to this area here. If you are a NASDAQ trader, keep your eye on the 6466 level. And if you are in that trade, short trade on the NASDAQ, you know, watch that number very closely on the 6466, exactly right there where is the support area. And look at this. You look at the way here, I can make it a little bigger. You can see where the NASDAQ stopped right there. They are really trying to push it down. This is your support area, folks. It fell. Let's see. Those are your best $35 investment ever. You're gonna get this business. It came, you can see, came exactly to the support line. And this is exactly what happened. Okay. Yeah. And if you notice right now, this is very crucial. This is not a repaint indicator. This is a reversal firing on the ES. And actually, this is the automated, the other auto trade that we never really covered it on the net. But on that auto trade I showed you, that will activate the reversal. And this is a reversal automated. So if we notice right now, uh, the reversal signals came in. And so for a guy don't know how to reverse the market, those are very good indication that the market is reversing. And those that are not a repaint indicator, once they plot the signal, stays in there, the signal. And we will keep our eye on it. Right now, total ticks on those signals are 2120. And on the ES, the 1 minute, and the ES, the 3 minutes, we are really took the maximize on that one. I mean, even if you think yourself you're an automated trading, and when I see that reversal here, acknowledgement, if we notice here, I'm gonna close that position. I close that position. I'm not waiting on the auto trade. The auto trade will close that position. Absolutely will close it. But he has to be, he's not gonna be closing at the very low because it could be pulled back and it's going to drop. This is an example here when the market came in flat and then the auto trade stayed on that trade. But if we're looking at the NASDAQ, we had money, a lot of money down here. And when the market pulled back, the auto trade did not activate it right away because there is a potential on the pullback and finally closed in that area. So what I have done on this ES right now, maximizing the trade on it and it closed at 28.25 on that ES. Now, if we go back right now, After we have done the reversal, those are in the other automated I said, or if you wanted to, when you see those reversal, it takes one click button and you know you have maximized your profit for today, and then you're out of the game for rest of the day actually. And then now we can see how this market pulling back. This is where the most important traders. This is a reversal. You can enter the market. Absolutely, you can enter the market. Most of the time, you have to understand where this market is going to be rejected or is going to break it. The key right now on the ES is right here, right there, folks. The key on that ES right now is 26.2975. This is the breaking point right now on the ES. And this is the key for the ES. Anything above this, one more point, this is going to change the whole attitude, the personality on ES, and everything, the sellers become buyers. And if we notice right now, after we hit the reversals, if we notice on the signals on the top, those are measuring your volatility, your ATRs, your MACD, momentum, all of it combined in one formula and giving you signal, one signal, and now it's telling you now the buyers are in the mood and there is no more selling in that. And this is very effective. Not to know what happened in the past is irrelevant. When you are trading the future, we need to predict. There's no longer need an indicator to follow the market as a MACD or ATRs. They follow the market. When the bars go up, they tell you the bar goes up or you have a long. But right now, this is your key on the ES, and anything, I'm going to keep it right there for you. This is a very good potential, the 26, 30, 25 right now, or we can take it one tick lower here. This is where the area, actually, they are very cheap trades. And here is the secret, it's very cheap trades. Because on those kind of trades, your stop loss should be right above. There is no trade like the other. Nobody, I don't know where they came out with this formula that the CL I use 15 ticks, the CL I use 20 ticks. I don't know who came out with this brilliant idea, because for every situation and every trade, there is a price. So on this trade here, this is reasonable enough for me to put one tick if I'm desperate to re-enter the market as a short entry. And this is where the key on that yellow line, and I lowered my entry by a couple ticks because I wanted to be getting filled. If I'm not desperate, I put it right at the yellow. But I will go ahead and put it here on the first trailing stop and trying to see if I can get filled on that one. This is the key where the market either is going to make it or break it. This is where the key is going to be today on that trade right now on the ES, the 26, 30, 25. If that number 26, 30, 25 is not going to hold, we are going, the system going to generate, recalculate a new signal for you, new target, and a new trailing stop, and your fib line and your support. So if we notice right now, folks, when we earlier we knew there is no more short, and I said when the sellers were trying to push it, I said if you go rewind this video, it is live video, that I'm not getting excited in those bars. But then we have the reversals. Those are the entry where you can catch a trade from the reversal. And if you want to close those trades out of the reversal, this is the first potential. So if this is the buy-in entry right here, the first target potential is on that number here. So it's already known well. If you re-enter the market here on a reversal, you have to exit somewhere around there, or you need to lift up your trailing stop a little bit. So if this one break in, this is your lucky day. You're gonna be catching a new trend from the beginning. So the key right now, if you notice, we did not even hit the re-entry point, and you can see the market now sitting on the side, and there is nothing we can do. So we just sitting and waiting, and oh, okay, we have the ES has closed, and we have the ES closed and the Nasdaq closed, and let's see what the CL did. Oh boy, on the CL 5 minutes we still on that trade. YM we still on that trade. Okay, very fine. So we are still waiting. There is no entry. We couldn't enter the market on the ES. The key was here. I couldn't enter the market. That's very fine. Is any short trade here? No, there is no short trade here. We're sitting on the side because this one here is gonna drive me crazy. So we're not touching. So I think I closed this one here. I closed that trade right at the very bottom. Is it gonna be lower? We'll see. I doubt it very seriously. It's gonna be any lower. I'm gonna stay a little bit quiet for a few minutes, and for the re-entry point, keep your eye on this area, 2630. And if you want to use a stop loss, here is your maximum stop loss on this one. Is right there, 3175, less than 2 points on the ES. And if you like to re-enter the market short, this is a little bit funny on the Nasdaq because you have a trailing stop resistance and you have a sell entry. So I will put it right there if you want to take a short trade, and then we will take it a little bit. This is a little bit above the trailing stop. Okay, this is all what we can do on that. Let's look at the YM. Look like the YM is over. Look, this is what happened on the YM after it hit the target. Came in exactly what we were talking about, a re-entry point, and we're sitting on the side. So the entry was here, like what I've done to those here. And the stop loss should have been a little bit above that number. So the probability we will be having a new signal very soon on the YM. We're waiting on, let's look at the CL, if there is CL traders. Look, yellow line, support, target, over. On the CL, we have a re-entry right there. We have a double resistance, 67.88. This is one entry, and we have another entry right there, 67.95. Those are, let's look at the CL, see what will happen. This is the CL, 67.88. Second one, 67.95. We are climbing on the NASDAQ, okay? There is buyers. Look where is the NASDAQ is on the true average price. Stop exactly at the true average price right there. Buyers trying to break that number. The number is 98.75. You can see exactly where the buyers trying to break those areas. They're really pushing this market. There we go. Pushing. Okay. When you see it blinking, that means there is a buyers coming into this area. Break those walls. Let's see. Stopped right there at that number. Let's look at yes. Okay, no, let me look at this one first. Here we go. Pushed. Here we go. Let's see. Let's look at the ES. Here is your ES. Look what is the CL. Look what is the CL. Right to the tick where you need to re-enter. Just to the tick. Look at this. Okay. Nothing happening here. ES. Let's look at the ES. Uncle ES here. I'm in right to the resistance line. The resistance line is 28.50. Look at this one, folks. This is your CL. And what a shame was not getting filled. What a shame. Really, what a shame. Look at this, folks. Look what is the weight and look what is our selling order. No matter what you do with the market, always can manage to go under your skin. Remember that. It always go under your skin, no matter what you do. One trick, folks, when we are trying to recount the market. Oh, I forgot the ES. Let's look at the ES. Look at this ES. It's a really sad story. Those are your $35 resistance support fibs. And I'm taking those out. Remember, you have 26, 30, 25. It could be a re-entry point. Look, where is it? Your NASDAQ. Let's look at the ES on defensive chart. This is very key right there. If we are breaking those keys, we're going to get a new signal on the ES, folks. This is your key, 2630. Let's see if we break this one, we are getting a new signal. I would love to get a new signal. Okay, we closed the YM. You see, we knew where we need to close it, but anyway, we closed it at 58.40. This is not bad at all. And if we notice this one here, we closed it manually, and we maximize the trade till the end. So if we left it to the auto trade to close it, would have closed it right there, maybe somewhere around there. By taking that trade, maximizing it, predicting it by just looking at the chart. You don't have to be a trader, wizard. It's just telling you it was a reversal. It doesn't need a genius. Again, folks, remember 2630, it is your re-entry point on your ES. And if we notice, as we said 15 minutes ago, this is your re-entry point. In those cases, it's very simple. Especially a guy like me, I have a million people want to talk to me. So do not use a trailing stop. Do not use a dummy trailing stop. This is a bad. Take it, move it manually, and try to protect yourself behind support or resistance. I know where this market is going to, but if you're not aware of the market, it's very fine. Make it a plus one tick. First of all, if you do that, plus one tick. Now you are on a free ride. That trade is costing you nothing. Your duty on that trade is finished. Now we can look on an ESCL, something. And then I know two things on that right now, and we are not using the fibs right now on that. But I know there is two possibility to take the closing position on this one here, right there. There we go. Easy 200. All right. 260 bucks in a couple of weeks. Very fine. And the things is, I was uh, very desperate to enter this market. I didn't wait till the market gets into the safe re-entry. I give it a little bit more. Actually, I was very generous with the entry. I didn't wait till the last tick on this one here. On the ES, as expected, came in exactly where we have predicted, and the market had dropped, and we maximized everything. Let's look at the CL. Here we missed this CL trade by, I don't know, we didn't get filled on this one here, but if you go back on the video, you see this is where exactly we put that trade. It's going back to retest the target. Trading is beautiful once you know what's going on. Sure, in a blind, you will never make it in this business. Sure, in a blind, you don't have to be a genius trader, but you have to know what's going on in the market, whether you are automated or you are a manual. You have to know what's going on in this market. So it is simple chart, clear chart, and it's not relying on the trader to make decision. We gave up on that idea a long time ago, many years ago. We don't want a trader to make a decision. It's all drawn for him, a black and white and red and green. Here is your entry. Here is your target. Here is your re-entry target. and your trailing stops are based on the floor and fibs, and then you can automate it or manual trading it. And as simple as that, as clear as that. Um, because I wanted to get the new signal, but because now we have got rejected from those re-entry points, there is it's gonna take time again before we can see new signal. Let's look at the YM. There is not much going on. ES, we are at this critical area. We're not interested in the taking the trades anymore on the below those targets. There is no use to take trades. Let's look at the CL if we can find something to chew on. Oh boy. Okay. There is nothing. There is nothing. It's done. Is over for today. So, and most of the trades right now, they start closing. Actually, they were all in short, except that gold because it goes in the opposite direction. We have a long trade on the gold, but the rest still in the short trade. I guess there is nothing to do anymore on this one. Right now is 2:31 p.m. and I don't see excuse me, I don't see anything left to chew on. If you made money today when the run when the market was running, you made money. If you didn't make money, you're not gonna be making money on the last hour and a half. So, folks, I want to say God bless you all. Be careful. I apologize. I have some personal things I'm taking care of, but I'll try to be online as much as I can, trying to teach those guys what's going on in the market. Maybe that will help you with your trading. God bless you all, and see you all another day.